How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Down to Earth with me, Kristian Harloff. This is our Monday through Friday UAP news channel. We try to tell you everything that's going on in the world of UAPs. So thanks for joining us here today. If you haven't already done it, hit that subscribe button, man. We are getting very, very close to 30,000 subscribers, but we need you to hit that button. We want to get the word out there. We want more people to know about this, to talk about it, because there's important information coming out, such as Senator Rounds, Senator Schumer. They submit the UAP Disclosure Act as a possible amendment to the NDAA. That is something we've been talking about on this channel for quite a bit. We've been talking about whether or not it was going to finally pass. It was part of the ultimate plan for what they wanted to do even before David Grush came about to talk about this stuff, and now it looks like they're going to try to implement it again. Well, here is the article from the Marauder. As I said, Senator Rounds and Schumer submit UAP Disclosure Act as a possible amendment to the NDAA. Senator Mike Rounds has introduced a version of the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon Disclosure Act with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer as lead co-sponsor. Senator Rounds, who is a member of both the Intelligence and Armed Services Committee in the U.S. Senate on July 11, 2024, submitted the UAPDA text as a possible floor amendment to the fiscal 2025 National Defense Authorization Act. The text of the new Rounds-Schumer UAP Disclosure Act appears on pages S4943 to 4950 of the July 11, 2024 edition of the Congressional Record, which was posted online on July 13th. The entire text of the Rounds-Schumer Amendment is embedded below as a PDF file. We'll link the whole article here. So the article says that he's not yet had the opportunity to thoroughly review the Rounds-Schumer language as submitted. It appears largely track the Schumer-Rounds UAPDA that was incorporated into the FY24 NDAA that passed the Senate on July 27, 2023. The 2023 version of the UAPDA was later gutted in conference negotiations with the House of Representatives, due mostly to opposition from the Pentagon. The new Rounds-Schumer proposal retains controversial provisions providing for creation of a presidentially appointed Senate-confirmed Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon Records Review Board, a temporary federal agency with broad powers, including subpoena and eminent domain authorities. It also retains eyebrow-raising definitions for such key operative terms as non-human intelligence, technologies of unknown origin, unidentified anomalous phenomenon, and legacy program. So what happens next? Well, Senate Majority Leader Schumer has not yet announced when the full Senate will take up the NDAA. So far, over 800 possible floor amendments have been filed. Under Senate rules, each senator has the theoretical right to offer any number of freestanding floor amendments to an authorization bill such as NDAA, and perhaps to force roll call votes on each. But in practice, there are many constraints. The managers of the NDAA of both parties would not be disposed to subject the bill to a wide open floor amendment process, which would be politically fraught and would consume many days of floor time. Moreover, any senator has the power to create a 60-vote hurdle for any amendment. Thus, each year, agreements are negotiated to limit the time and subject matter amendments to the NDAA. Most of these negotiations occur at a public view. Okay, so there's a lot there. If you want to read the entire article, go and check that out. But the bottom line is this. Look, they put together this thing again. They're going to try to pass it every year. I remember, look, we had on UAP Tuesday, we had Steve Bassett, who's the first kind of UAP lobbyist in Washington, and he discussed that this was always a plan for the Schumer and Rounds bill and what they were trying to do, and that basically David Grush came in, accelerated everything, and that they would keep trying to pass this, and that he was confident that the more times that they put this through, eventually it would get passed. I don't know what the difference is, and it's probably just because I don't know enough of the information. There's got to be something that tells the both of them, both Schumer and Rounds, that they have enough confidence to say, let's try it again. We haven't changed we've actually added back the language. What's going to make a difference from those people like Mike Turner and the rest of them from blocking it again? I don't know. I wonder what that answer is. And it's a question I'm going to ask anybody who's involved in this topic, and Soul Foundation or anyone along those lines. Like, remember how important it was for the Soul Foundation that the iteration that I just read that was brought forward last year was passed, and it wasn't. So if it does get passed, and if it is allowed in at the end of the year going into 2025, it seems like that is when things could potentially change with this language. What could they do? The idea, again, that they put forward this bill or this language with NHI and non-human intelligence and all that, and the fact that it's still not being covered on shows outside of, or articles, obviously, like this that I just read, but shows, major news networks, and obviously there's a lot going on in the news right now that it's not going to be the first thing covered. But I do think, and I stand by it, I've been saying this a lot also, that it's going to be, I think, not until we get a new or current president in there, whoever's elected, they are going to be the ones. That's when things are going to happen, because it's not going to happen during an election year. I just don't think it will. But this will come into play after we find out either if Biden's still there or if Trump takes over. We're going to find out for sure if this thing goes in, because it's the end of the year. I just don't understand why I should say, well, you know what, this time I think that Mike Turner's going to wake up and say, yeah, I'm not going to try to block it today. Today I'm going to let it go. Last year was a little different, but you know, the guys they're out golfing and not paying attention to what's going on, so I'll approve it this year. I just don't see why it's going to be any different from a lot of these people who said no, and there's a lot of other people who don't want this to happen also. You look at someone like Brendan Fugel. I don't think he wants it to happen, because it looks like the government then would be able to say, hey, we want your stuff that you have on Skinwalker Ranch, and now we can do that because it says that we can in this, and we need to study everything. So the eminent domain, I believe it is. Anyway, I like what I will say. Yes, I'm going to be skeptical and still say that I feel, I first felt that this thing was never going to pass in the first place when I heard Grush talking on Rogan. When he started talking about, well, there's people already who are trying to gut this thing. I'm like, oh, I knew it was going to be that easy. And I just don't know how. I'd like to start hearing the interviews of people who are then saying, well, this is how we're going to block that. This is how we're going to make this go through this time. It's like a magic trick. I just don't understand how they're going to do it. Yeah, I would love, that's really what I'm asking you guys today in the comments section. If you have any idea on, and it very well could be, because politically and how this passes, I just don't fathom it. I don't understand it. And you very well might. How do you think they could get this to pass? How can they get this to go through if they do it in this iteration without any amendments or gutting again, you know? Because they're also supposed to start confiscating stuff for the government in like October. That part of the amendment did go through last year. So classified stuff is supposed to, but that gives you enough time to hide shit from last year to October. Hey, we're going to go search. Yeah, go ahead, search there. Yeah, we haven't been there, swear. Oh, it's not there? Oh, it was never there. So who knows? Anyway, what do you think? Put your comments in there. Let me know. And as I said, as always, hit that button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Get everybody here talking, more information. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.